Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guruna Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण. So welcome everybody to this week's Bhagavad-Gita Crash course, and this week we will be covering the 6 chapters, starting from chapter 10 to chapter 15 almost. So that is our plan. So today we will try to cover the 10, 11, 12, and then we will try to cover the rest of the chapters tomorrow. 10, 11, 12 today, and the rest will be tomorrow. So the Bhagavad Gita is now entering a very, very critical phase of understanding. So Krishna has told Arjuna that he is not the body, he is the spirit soul, and Krishna has explained to Arjuna that the soul and the material world and material nature are both controlled by Krishna. So going back to the definition of knowledge, so the definition of knowledge is to know matter, spirit, and controller of both. So to know the matter, spirit, and controller of both. So everybody in this world experiences life, experiences that there is life, which is a mystery, how it works, how this material world exists, how this control goes on. So scientists, religionists, theologists, blah, 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 whatever, just. So everybody tries to find out where are they coming from? Where are they going to go? Everybody, we see so many people dying. We are confused about, okay, where we are, but nobody is able to see the immediate after death, the immediate destination. Nobody is able to see, unfortunately. So to be able to see this, experience this, one has to be on the spiritual platform. And that is explained in the very first sloka of the Bhagavad-Gita, where Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya. He is asking him, Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya, Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamakaha pandavaschaiva kimakurvata Sanjaya. So the question is, what Dhritarashtra is asking is that everybody is assembled here in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. What did they do? So the answer is firmly given by Sanjaya. So Sanjaya gives the answer. And why is Sanjaya able to give the answer? Because by the mercy of Vyasa, that is Sanjaya, he is able to answer, he is able to see. So Sanjaya is able to see, Sanjaya is able to perceive the battlefield. He is able to perceive the truth. So, because Sanjaya is able to perceive the truth, he is able to answer Dhritarashtra's questions. He is able to in the end, Sanjaya is also able to give a conclusion. Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Shrir Vijayodbhute Dhruvanitir Matirmam. So, that wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, the Lord and his devotee, there is victory, opulence, morality, everything. Why is Duryodhana, or rather Dhritarashtra, not able to see this? Is because of his material character. He's not able to see this because of his material characteristic. Because of his materialistic blind attitude. But Sanjaya is able to see this. So we need to qualify ourselves like Sanjaya if you want to actually see the truth. And this is the whole sequence that Krishna is taking us to. Now Arjuna is in the same situation like you and me, like Dhritarashtra. He is not able to see the truth in the beginning. So Krishna is explaining to him that you are basing your life based on what you are able to see, but not what is the truth. So if you want to base your life on what is the truth, then you will need to follow certain practices of yoga. So this yoga means you are able to see. So the point is you are able to see, or Sanjaya is able to see, because of the mercy of Krishna. Because that is Sanjaya, is connected in yoga to Krishna, he is able to see. So similarly, if you are also able to connect yourself to Krishna, then definitely you will also be able to see. So that is the whole process here of practicing yoga. So Krishna begins with saying that make your daily activities as yoga. For example, eating. So one has to eat every day. So you eat for Krishna, means you eat prasad. You have to work, you have to earn money. So don't use that money for material enjoyment, but use that money for spiritual development, means use that money to cultivate yourself spiritually. Give a part of it as a donation to the temple. Give a part of it as a donation to the brahmanas. Take your family to a spiritual vacation, or take them to some yoga center, take them to a temple. In your house, establish Murti of Radha Krishna, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, Gaur Nitai, or do kirtans at home. So do activities like this. Then gradually you will get attachment to Krishna. So the whole idea is one has to develop attachment. So either you can read the scriptures, sit and read Shastra, Jnana, very difficult to become Jnana Yogi, to renounce this world. To renounce this world is very difficult. That is Jnana Yoga. And then comes Dhyana Yoga. Or rather, you can be a householder and you can continue to do these things. And practice simple worship at home, offering your food to Krishna, and offering your heart. That is the essence of the Bhagavad-Gita we are coming to. So gradually, from offering a certain aspect of yourself to Krishna, gradually you come to the point of full surrender. So when one comes to the point of complete surrender, recently somebody asked me this question, what do you mean by full surrender? So full surrender means the mind is completely always thinking of how to serve Krishna. What can I do to please Guru and Krishna? That's all the mind is thinking. He's always interested in chanting the holy names. A devotee is always interested in chanting, hearing, serving. So we see that in the Bhagavad Gita, the 10th chapter, 8, 9, 10, 11, this is called as the Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita. So if you understand these 4 slokas, then you have understood the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. So the 10th chapter, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is called as the Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita. So I will read these 4 shlokas, and if we understand these 4 shlokas, then our understanding of the Bhagavad Gita is complete. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. So, Krishna is the source of all spiritual and material universes. And one who understands this, iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samanvitaha. So one who understands this and worships Krishna, he is the most intelligent person. That is the first thing to understand. So the next is Matchitta madgata prana bodhayantaha parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So he's saying, Matchitta madgata prana bodhayantah parasparam. So, chitta means your heart, your mind. That the heart and minds of my devotees, the thoughts of the pure devotees are always dwelling in Krishna. So first Krishna explains, one who understands that Krishna is the owner and controller of all the spiritual and material worlds, so he is considered most intelligent. That means he is a devotee of Krishna. So devotee of Krishna, his heart and mind is always thinking, how can I serve Krishna? So what should be the mentality of a spiritually developed person? What does it mean? So it means that I want to serve Guru and Krishna in the best way possible. So that is our true spiritual condition. Our true spiritual condition, true spiritual situation means we want to serve Guru and Krishna always. By nature, we have to serve somebody. We want to serve somebody. By nature, we have to serve somebody. So we are serving somebody, but Krishna is saying that serve me and my devotees. Krishna actually is saying that service to Krishna is good, but service to his devotee is greater. And he says, when you speak to devotees, your service to devotees, just like Sanjaya is speaking this Bhagavad Gita to Dhritarashtra. Sanjay is getting extreme joy in speaking this Bhagavad Gita. In the end, Sanjay's hairs are standing on end in complete ecstasy. He is completely happy speaking this Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna spoke. So this is what devotees love to do. They love to speak what Krishna spoke. So Sanjay is very happy to hear about what Krishna has to say. What he speaks, he himself hears. Who is the first listener to what you speak is you. So Sanjay is filled with joy and ecstasy when he is speaking this Bhagavad Gita to Dhritarashtra. So similarly, a devotee of the Lord is also completely full of joy and happiness in speaking the same words, but in a more realized way to his devotees. So that is the power of speaking Krishna Katha. It makes you completely satisfied. So Krishna is saying, Mat chitta madgatah prana bodhayantaha parasparam. So what do the devotees do when they sit with each other? They talk about Krishna. Kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Nityam means a devotee of the Lord is constantly talking about Krishna, not just when he needs bread. Just like a beggar outside a temple, he will go and beg, oh, give me something in the name of God. And then as soon as he gets something, then his job for the day is over, he forgets God. So next day when he is hungry, he'll come back and he'll say, oh, give me food in the name of God. So devotee of the Lord is not like that. Whether Lord gives him something or not, in the end, happy or disappointed, because we are conditioned beings, we are in this material world, we'll be happy, we'll be disappointed, we'll be angry, but in the end, he will reconcile with Krishna, a devotee. So that is the characteristic of a devotee. He will reconcile with Krishna. So he reconciles with Krishna, he becomes peaceful, he becomes joyful, he becomes happy. Because we are materially conditioned, we have so many desires also. And many of these desires are bound to get frustrated. So then naturally a devotee like us, he is also thinking of Krishna, but we are a little disappointed. Oh, Krishna did not fulfill my desires. Okay. That could be a cause of pain and disappointment. But a devotee is, in the end, he reconciles and he surrenders unto Krishna. Krishna, if this is your desire, I am happy. So that is it. So this is the second. So Krishna is glorifying the devotee, saying that Krishna is always thinking of the devotee. Then he explains an even more deeper truth. He says, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. So Krishna is saying, Tesham satata yuktanam means one who is relentlessly trying to serve me. Bhajatam priti purvakam. So Krishna is saying, but he worships me with great love. Bhajatam priti purvakam. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. To such devotees, I give them buddhi, I give them intelligence by which they can come to me. So Krishna is saying, you don't need previous intelligence. If you are continuously trying to serve Krishna, then Krishna will give you the intelligence by which you can come to Krishna. The only thing is, all the time you should be thinking about Krishna. So that is the main aspect here that we have to understand. That if we are thinking about Krishna all the time, so how do you think about Krishna all the time? So one should take up certain services. First of all, when you take Diksha, you have to chant 16 rounds, you have to read the Bhagavad-Gita. Suppose you live in a temple or proximity to a temple, or you're in a city, you are associated with some Bhakti Vriksha or some temple group. Then you take up some service for them. Just like somebody, one of my friends, they took up service to Krishna. They used to make cookies and sell for the Rath Yatra fundraising. So everybody they used to encourage people to make cookies and sell and make some money for help the fundraising for the Rath Yatra. So in that way, he's making cookies for Krishna. So he's thinking, oh, I will sell these cookies for Krishna. I'll get some money. So that money is very happy. I'm giving this money to Krishna. So in this way, you have to take up some practical service. That is one thing. Second is teaching. Most important, what Prabhupada wants us to do is to study his books and preach. So that is why I'm doing this Bhagavad-Gita Crash course. So that I cannot explain the whole Bhagavad-Gita in detail. But if we understand the essence, then all of you can read further. Practice this Bhagavad-Gita in your day-to-day life and teach this to others. So this is a practical service to Krishna. Because when you study the Bhagavad-Gita, Prabhupada was very happy when his disciples used to go out and distribute, sell the Bhagavad-Gita. Used to be very happy. But then he also used to ask, are you studying my books? So Prabhupada used to ask, are you studying my books? Are you deeply analyzing the books? So it's very, very important to study, analyze these books very deeply. So if we do not study and analyze these books, then the essence of these books will not get into our heads. So if we want the essence of these books, then we have to try to study them. Then Krishna will reveal himself to us. If you try to study them deeply, then Krishna will reveal himself to us. So the Bhagavad-Gita, in the Bhagavad-Gita, Krishna is saying, if you try to serve me, if you try to surrender unto me, I will give you the intelligence by which you can come to me. For example, that 5-year-old boy, Prahlada, he was thrown from the top of a mountain by his father. But that boy, he was unfazed by what his father did to him. And he was just remembering Krishna. And what did Krishna do? Krishna, in the end, when he completely surrendered to Krishna, then Krishna came and caught him. When he fell from the mountain, Krishna came and caught him because he just surrendered himself completely, with complete faith, not even an iota of doubt. that whatever Krishna is going to do to me is going to be perfect. It is not that every time Krishna has to catch you. You think, let me jump from the building thinking about Krishna and then Krishna will catch me. Let me try. Don't do that. But when Prahlada was thrown from the top of the mountain, Krishna, Lord Vishnu, saw that little boy has surrendered, and Lord Vishnu wanted to keep Prahlada alive. He could have killed him and taken him back to the spiritual world also. But Lord Vishnu wanted Prahlada to be alive because the ending sequence has to come. Lord Narasimhadeva has to come. So to keep that sequence, that is Lord's plan, that is Krishna's plan, to keep him alive so that in the end Narasimhadeva comes. So to continue that sequence, the Lord saved him. But if the Lord wants for a devotee, when Prahlada was thrown from the mountain, Prahlada could have fallen down from that mountain, he could have died. The Rakshasas would have been laughing, ha ha ha, he died. But then Krishna easily would have taken him back to the spiritual world. Anyway, a devotee is always remembering Krishna, he is already in Vaikuntha. He is already in Vaikuntha. So what is different? So the pure devotee of the Lord, he is already in Vaikuntha. He has already been given intelligence by Krishna on how to see him. Just like the story of Narada Muni in his previous birth, he was the son of a maid servant who used to serve in the ashrama of some rishis. Now these rishis, they blessed Narada that Narada would get bhakti. So Narada ate some remnants. If you eat the remnants of a devotee, you get bhakti. So he ate them, Narada ate them in his previous life. And then when his mother, after some time his mother died of a snake bite. So Narada thought, this is Krishna's arrangement to free me from any material attachment. So then he leaves that ashrama and he goes to Mansarovar lake. On the way he sees a lot of big cities. He's not interested in them. In the end he goes to Manas Sarovar lake. And when he goes to the Manasa Sarovar lake, Lord Vishnu appears briefly. When he is sitting in meditation, Lord Vishnu appears briefly to Narada. And Lord Vishnu, and Narada has tears in his eyes. And Lord Vishnu disappears in a few moments. But Lord Vishnu tells him, gives him intelligence. He tells him, my idea of appearing in front of you is so that you develop a desire to come to me, so that you have that 100% faith, because most of the times we haven't seen Krishna. We experienced a little bit here and there, but I haven't seen Krishna face to face talk to me. You seeing Krishna face to face talking to you, that is special, isn't it? So when you see Krishna face to face, Just like Narada is saying here, you get complete faith in Krishna. You get complete faith in Krishna. So Narada Muni, he got that complete faith from Krishna. And he spent the rest of his life chanting the names of Krishna, doing bhajans of Krishna, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And next life, when Brahma was doing his creation, in the next creation of Brahma, when Brahma was doing the creation, he was born, Narada was born as one of the sons of Brahma, as Narada Muni. And he was given a veena that would play transcendental music. He was given the veena. So, Narada Muni, in fact, was the glaring example, loving example of how if you give up everything else to serve Krishna, then Krishna becomes available to you. It's a glaring example of how Narada, with a deep desire within his heart, he gave up everything, went to Mansarovar lake to do meditation, and Krishna appeared before him. Similarly is the case with Dhruva Maharaja, 5-year-old boy. Similar is the case with this 5-year-old boy, Dhruva Maharaja. He left his home at the age of 5. And final shloka, I will explain Dhruva's story with this final shloka, this 10th chapter, 12th, 11th, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the 11th, the 4th one. Teshamevanu parthamam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. So, Dhruva Maharaj was a 5-year-old boy. You can think, 5-year-old children, how good is their intelligence? 5-year-old boy. And he was insulted by his father. Okay, that's a long story. By his stepmother. And he wanted the throne of his father. So a child, he was so angry, 5-year-old boy, he was so angry, he told his mother, where can I find God? I want to get the kingdom bigger than my father's. So his mother said, oh, go there. I've seen the rishis go to the forest and find out where is God. So why don't you go there? He went with such a determination that Lord Vishnu immediately told Narada, Narada, come here, there is this little boy who wants to find me. Go and educate him about where I am, how to find me. So Narada went and tried to lure this boy. Dhruva, isn't it time to play? Children, when you show them a playground, that's it. You give them a toy, that's it. So he's telling Dhruva, Narada is telling Dhruva, why don't you get some toys and play, Baba? Why are you coming here? But Dhruva was very determined. No. I want to see God. I want to see Vishnu. Period. Determined. That is determination. But his mother had just given him a hint. There it is. So he just went. 5-year-old boy. Can you imagine 5-year-old boy going to the forest? Even if you go to the zoo, we are scared. Even though the animal is inside the cage, we are scared that the animal will come out of the zoo, of the cage, or even if it throws one hand out of the cage, the lion or something, we are scared. But imagine, a 5-year-old boy, Dhruva. Dhruva is going to the forest. And he is not scared, he is fearless. So Krishna is explaining in the Bhagavad-Gita here, Tesham evanukam partham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. So just like he sent Narada Muni directly to Dhruva to educate him, he sent Narada Muni directly to Dhruva to educate him. Similarly, he is sitting right in your heart. So if he can send a Narada Muni to directly instruct him, give him the instruction of how to do tapasya. So within 6 months, Dhruva Maharaj, by his tapasya, Lord Vishnu appeared before him in 6 months. So if Krishna can send Narada Muni because of Dhruva's determination to see Krishna, why can't he do the same to you? So the point here is, the Lord is eager to serve his devotees and to bring them back to himself. So bring them back to himself. He is encouraging all of us to continuously think of serving him, to continuously think of worshipping him. Then automatically the Lord, already attracted to his devotees, his father always loves his children. He's automatically, the attraction is there. The Lord already loves his children. The Lord already loves all of us. But when the child does something that attracts more of his attention, for example, when a child is crying a lot, it gets the mother's attention. The most crying child always gets the mother's attention. So this is just a material example, but the child who is chanting names of Krishna, determined to find Krishna more, he attracts the attention of Krishna. So Krishna arranges incidents in his life in such a way that eventually he comes back to Krishna. Eventually he is able to get the intelligence to serve Krishna. So this is the explanation. So the essence of the Bhagavad Gita is, in these 4 shlokas, Krishna is the owner and controller. Krishna is the best friend. One who knows this and worships Krishna is the most intelligent. So the devotee of Krishna is the most intelligent person on this planet. Not only that, even if one does not have much intelligence but is resolute on this path, then Krishna gives such a soul the intelligence by which that particular soul can think of Krishna and eventually come back to Krishna. So everything lies in how determined you are, how much of a desire you have to serve Krishna. So like this, in the we find in the Bhagavad-Gita that in different places, Krishna has explained that one who is always serving him with love and great determination, he considers him such a soul, the topmost. And Krishna is saying that to such souls who are dedicated to serving him with great love, Krishna gives the intelligence by which such a soul can come to Krishna. So now, going back to the PowerPoint, so in the chapter 10, Krishna explains his opulences more and explains that Krishna is the source of everything. And we also went through the Chaturshloki Gita. Now in the chapter 11, we read about the Vishwarupa Darshana. Now frankly speaking, Vishwarupa Darshana is to prove that Krishna is God. In the Vishwarupa Darshana, Arjuna actually because he is in Krishna as a two-handed, beautiful looking Krishna. Now, how can he be God? How can he be controlling every atom in the universe? Is there something to prove it? Therefore, Arjuna asks this question to Krishna so that he can see this wonderful form, by which he is actually pervading all over the universe and entering into each atom and controlling every aspect of the universe. So, Krishna specifically shows the universal form to Arjuna, and Arjuna is able to see past, present, future at one point. He is able to see millions of people being born at the same time. Imagine you are able to see the birth of 40 lakh people in a day and 35 lakh people dying, like today's population. Today on this planet, you are able to see that just in human species. Then there is fish, animals, all different trees, ants, mosquitoes, amoeba. Imagine you are able to see the birth of all these animals at one point. Like within 1 second, you are able to see the birth of so many, you are able to see the death of so many, you are able to see your own past, present, future, you are able to see the past, present, future of every living entity in this universe, and then you see yourself as being so insignificant. Already you feel so insignificant, and then you will feel more insignificant. So Arjuna asked this because also the second reason is that there are a lot of people in the future who will come forward and say that they are an avatar. Like in India, there are so many. This Baba, some Baba with some big hair, he is some god. There is somebody who waves his hand, he is another god. If you Google Kalki avatar, there is some guy in Andhra, he is saying, I am God. So there's so many people who come and say they are God. There's a guy in Bombay, one guy in Puttaparthi. So all these people are saying that they are God. And at the end of the day, they are opening hospitals. They are opening some hospital. They are opening some social service center. If you are God, then why can't you cure people? Why do you have to open hospitals? Krishna never opened hospital. Krishna never did social work. Krishna did spiritual work. If he gave 1 lakh cows in charity to Brahmanas, he gave gold, silver to Brahmanas. He fed millions of people prasad every day. That is different. But here, in today's world, so many people claim to be God. So there are so many people who are worshipping false gods also. That is the most dangerous thing. You go to any mutt or any mission, they have their own version of God. They have their own version of who is their guru and who is God. They don't follow the version of the Bhagavad-Gita. Therefore, Arjuna wanted to prove to everybody else that this Krishna, this two-handed Krishna, he is the same God. He is the most worshipable God. Hmm? So, if you want to worship anybody, Arjuna shows by example. So, after seeing the Vishwarupa, for which Krishna gives Arjuna special set of eyes. So, after seeing this Vishwarupa, Arjuna becomes fearful. Arjuna says, this is not the Krishna I want to see. I don't want to see this Krishna, this universal form. I do not want to see. I want to see that beautiful little Krishna with two hands, with that beautiful smile, with eyes that is up till the ears, who has a beautiful crown, who has beautiful matted hair, who is very beautiful to look at. I want to see that Krishna. So when Arjuna says that, so then Krishna happily withdraws that universal form, and then he actually shows his two-handed form. At the same time, Arjuna also proclaims, Krishna, you are God. And I am not saying this. It's not just I am saying this. I have experienced this. That is why I am telling this also. But I am telling it on the basis of Ahustvam Rashaya Sarve Devar Shirnaradastata Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. So he says that Asita, Devala, Vyasa. So there are three major rishis at that time, Asita, Devala and Vyasa Deva. So Arjuna is saying that all three of these have also declared that you are God. Asito, Devalo, Vyasaha, Swayam Chaiva Bravishime, and you yourself are saying this. Therefore, on the basis of different rishis' statements, those who are Brahma rishis, not some ordinary, somebody who has some temple and ashram, no. Asita Devala Vyasa. On the basis of the Shastra, on the basis of Krishna's own words, and on the basis of Arjuna's experience, Arjuna then proclaims, Krishna, you are God. And your real form is not the universal form, but your real form is that two-handed beautiful form. This is your original form. The rest is all your expansion. That from Krishna, millions of Vishnus come. From Krishna, the universal form comes. All the other forms, all these things come from Krishna. So all these things are coming from Krishna, but your original form is the two-handed beautiful form. So that is the form I like to see and worship. So like this, so that is the essence of the 11th chapter. So then if you go to the 12th chapter, Arjuna, after Krishna's worship, witnessing Krishna's universal form, wishes to clarify his own position as a devotee. How should he worship Krishna? So Arjuna is asking Krishna, what should I worship? Should I worship the universal form? Should I worship the Brahman? Should I worship all the devatas because they are all part of your universal form? Should I worship the Brahman, the impersonal, formless light that comes from Krishna, or what should I worship? Krishna immediately says, no need to worship anybody else, but worship my two-handed form. So worship my two-handed form. This is the highest form of worship. So if you worship this two-handed form, then you have worshipped everybody. So Krishna is explaining different modes of worship. The highest form of worship is tan, man, dhan, body, mind, words you give to Krishna. Body means everything that comes with the body. Money, family, house, everything used in service of Krishna. Tan, man, dhan. Man is your mind. Always thinking of Krishna and always scheming how to serve Krishna. We are always scheming how to go to some movie or go to some ice cream parlor or go and enjoy. But really scheming means how to serve Krishna. Like Srila Prabhupada said, tax your brains on how to serve Krishna. Tax your brains. Hmm? So therefore, uh, one who can surrender his body, mind and words. But Krishna says in the 12th chapter, he gives different options. Okay, if you cannot surrender your intelligence and your mind, okay, at least surrender your body. Do some work for me. Go to some temple, do some service. So, go to some temple, do some cleaning, pot washing. Once Rabindranath Tagore or some great Indian personality, he went to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. I want to see God. So, okay, we can discuss about it, but first help our pujari. Said, okay. So he sent him to the pujari. So pujari said, what happened? No, your Guruji sent me to you. Said, if I want to see God, then I have to help you. Okay, I can help you see God, but just help me wash the pots. So then he started washing pots. So as he was washing pots, after at the end of the day, whole day ended up washing pots. And then he said, the pujari asked, now did you see God? So then he said, yes. He said, yes, I saw God. So you experience God when you do service to Him. So by donating something, you also experience, because you are seeing that your donation is being used to serve Krishna, and Krishna is eager to give it back to you in a different way, millions of times multiplied. You give your body, Krishna is eager to somehow come and serve you. Just like when Sudama met Krishna. So Sudama had this chipped rice. And when Krishna ate one little bit, one mouthful of chipped rice, immediately Sudama's desires were being fulfilled. His house had turned into a palace with lot of servants and everything. And the second mouthful with which he ate, it expanded even more. Then the third mouthful, when Krishna was about to eat, Rukmini went and held the hand of Krishna. Rukmini said, stop. If you eat any more, then we have to go and serve him. So, if you do something for Krishna, Krishna becomes grateful to you. And Krishna definitely reciprocates to you. So Krishna is saying, do something for me. If you surrender, great. I cannot repay that. At least do something physically. If not, do something, give at least something as a donation to me. Do something. But the highest Krishna explains is to serve him with love. By always remembering him, by always chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the essence of the 10th, 11th, 12th chapter, that Krishna is the supreme. Krishna is asking us to develop our love for him. And if we are determined and eager to do so, Krishna, being the Lord in our heart, he is eager to help us, he is eager to guide us, and he is eager to take us back to the spiritual world, more than what we desired. Hare Krishna. So I will stop here. So if there are any possible questions or comments, I'll be happy to answer them. And tomorrow we are going to the 13th chapter, that is Jnana Yoga. I will try to finish from 13 to 18 as much as possible tomorrow. And then we have one more class, and then I will have personal interview with all of you to see how much you have understood this and how much I can help to help you understand this Bhagavad-Gita and to bring you to a spiritual platform. That is my endeavor. And so I will stop for here for today. So any questions or comments at this point? The devotees on the phone can ask on the phone. by voice, or those who are on watching live can ask me on the chat if there is any question. All right. Looks like Bindu Madhav Prabhu is typing a question. So no questions from the devotees on the over the phone. So who is the spiritual master of Sanjaya? So the Srila Prabhupada explains that Sanjaya was directly a disciple of Vyasadeva. So that is why, by the blessings of Vyasadeva, Sanjaya got the vision by which he could see the battlefield of Kurukshetra live. So that is the answer to that. So the spiritual master is actually Vyasa. All right, so I will stop here for today, and I would like to thank you all for joining. So we'll come back tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and we will try to finish or get into the last 6 chapters of the Bhagavad-Gita, that is the Jnana Yoga. All right, so thank you very much for joining for today, and see you all tomorrow. And then I look forward to giving you all a personal call and speaking to you, and trying to make more sense of this Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Okay, there's one question here. If anybody would like to stay back, but I'll answer this quickly. Is there any difference between how Sanjaya perceives Bhagavad Gita? Is there any difference between how Sanjaya perceives Bhagavad Gita and how Arjuna? There is no difference between how Sanjaya, because Sanjaya is a devotee, Arjuna is a devotee. Because Sanjaya was a devotee, he was able to perceive the Bhagavad Gita exactly like how Arjuna did. He could understand the exact meaning what Krishna wanted to say. So, and if you become a devotee, just like Sanjaya, you will also be able to understand. So there is no difference between the understanding of the Bhagavad Gita if you become a devotee of Krishna. So if you become a devotee, your understanding will be the same as that of Arjuna. So I hope that answers the question. So there is no difference. All right. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.